questions I'm getting most frequent is, hey, what kind of engine is in Ruby? And I've discussed it in some other videos earlier, but I really don't talk about it too frequently. But I believe this engine is stock, or at least that's the way the previous owner carried on about it. When I got it, it had the DeLorto dual carburetors already installed. Previously from the factory, it was fuel-injected 1968 Volkswagen Fastbacks were actually the first electronically fuel-injected vehicles ever to be produced on Earth. Kind of an interesting little tidbit of knowledge there. Yep, they were the first mass-produced electronic fuel injection vehicle. Anyways, the previous owner was having issues getting it to run right. He took it to his favorite mechanic, and he says, do whatever you gotta do to make it run right. He came back and it had carburetors on it. So, I'm not gonna say that was the best choice, but nonetheless, it runs really, really good with the DeLortos that are on it now after I've tuned them properly. This car also had the stock exhaust removed by me about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I put on a proper merged header and a glass pack exhaust, and that's why you have that lovely sound. I mean, the thing just sounds phenomenal. Quite happy with it. But yeah, I believe the engine just to be stock, but really when you put on that merged header and you put dual carburetors on it, even a stock Volkswagen engine, they really wake up. They have a lot of power that comes out of the things that they just didn't have stock. Some people tell me, you know, as much as 15 to 20 horsepower could be put on just by those modifications alone, proving, if that's true, just how much restriction there is on Volkswagen intake and exhaust. But I'm quite happy with the car, and I don't plan to change it from what it is. It drives just fine, just fine. It's very competitive in traffic. It's certainly not going to win any races, although there were a couple times that I have very foolishly raced some people. I was doing a little cat and mouse chase with a BMW driver once. I don't know, he liked the sound of the exhaust, and he had a fart can exhaust on his. And we were darting between cars and shit, and I managed to get ahead of him, and he couldn't catch me. So it was one of those luck of the draw type things, a little bit of skilled driving in there. Another subject that does come to mind is people are always asking me, hey Duckman, why do you always seem so angry when you're driving? It's not so much that I'm angry when I'm driving, it's just that I'm a New Jersey driver, and what I'm used to is very different than what I'm experiencing here. Everybody here likes to just get in your way. They like to run through stop signs and then drive real slow in front of you. Why they do that, I don't know. It's anybody's guess, but that's just the way the drivers here function and the way they work. They're just sluggish. And Pensacola isn't nearly as bad as some of the surrounding cities. If you go into some of the more rural areas like Milton, or if you hop yourself over into Alabama, and let's say you get up into like Bruton, or up north where all the earthquakes are actually happening right now. Yeah, that's right, we got some lower Alabama, northern Florida earthquakes, which is highly out of the ordinary. Some believe it's due to the oil fracking situation that's going on up there. They're testing and looking for oil deposits. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of earthquakes. I think there was like 3 in the last 24 hours. They've been small, very small as far as, you know, like what you guys out west see. But nonetheless, there have been earthquakes. All right, let the guy here with the dog through. All right, here we go. So yeah, having earthquakes. This car, as far as like I said, I think it's a stock engine. But right now I'm off to go find the status out of the Nissan Juke. I've actually got a video that I recorded on that one and discovered that the car is actually very, very bad for my health. And I did some testing of the air quality inside of it and got some extremely shocking results. So the thing has been in the shop for the past couple weeks, and because I keep getting forced to work when the car is in the shop, they tell me just go get it. I've got to drive the thing, which has been causing me health issues. It has issues running. It runs on 3 out of 4 cylinders most of the time, so it has no power. Fuel mileage is terrible. And it's just, honestly, I can't believe that anybody could manufacture such a shit car. And I hated it when I got it. I hated that Nissan Juke when I got it, and I'm really just ashamed, or Nissan should be ashamed, that they produced such a product that was just so damn terrible. Granted, it's not a true Nissan, you know, it was European designed, and it's a French Renault by any other name. It's not a true Nissan. It's not a true Japanese manufactured vehicle. Anyway, I'm visiting the shop right now to find out the status of it. For some reason, the dealer is not delivering the part. I'm supposed to have the car back soon, and I don't know what the hell's going on. So we're gonna stop over here at the shop, which is where they take all these enterprise leased vehicles to for service, which I'm okay with. That's not been a problem. Great. You got somebody up there that won't fill the friggin' gaps. You see, there's a whole car length between these cars up here, and if they were just squeezed together, I could go ahead and make my turn and get in, but everybody has to stop back so far from the car in front of them, it makes no logical sense why you would do that. If you get traffic, like close to rush hour, everybody starts to do that, and you have cars backed up for a quarter mile with all these gaps in between them. So what I do, because I'm a New Jersey a-hole, is I drive up the open lane right on past them, and then I go ahead and I merge right in with them, filling up one of those open slots. So yeah, I can be quite an a-hole when driving, and that's why. That's why. Anyway, we're here. We're going to find out what the hell's going on with this thing. Let me go ahead and shut the camera down and put it in a safe spot, and we'll be right back. So anyways, welcome back to the Midday Q&A. I'm your host, the Duckman. Well, we're back and we had a little adventure, as you know, just to go check on the Nissan Juke. And it turns out the parts for the stupid car are on back order. And because the trunk doesn't lock or latch properly, I can't have it in my possession. People are going to steal all the computer equipment out of it. So anyways, yeah, it's still here. It's going to be here at least until Monday is what they've been told. The part's going to arrive. And I still need to produce that video on the Juke for you guys, so you actually know what's going on with it. I'll get that published probably this weekend or maybe by first of the week. But we'll give you some updates on that. But anyway, I got to get over to my P.O. box. They alerted me that some mail has arrived, so there might be a mail call video also coming up later on in this video. Anyways, let's go ahead and get on the road. All right, around the corner over here. Yeah, there it is. The Nissan Juke. Piece of shit car. Really is truly a piece of shit car. Alright, bring this camera back up. Well, let's go ahead and take an adventure over to my P.O. box. Here comes a cop, and of course I don't have my seatbelt on. But now it looks like I do, even though I really don't. Boy, he's in a hurry. What the hell's he after? Uh-oh, here comes another one. Something going on. It's not moving as quickly as the other one was, but damn. All right. We're actually just a few blocks away from the infamous A-Bomb 79. That's right. If you know Adam and you know machine work, well, I should say if you know YouTube and machine work, you should know Adam. If you haven't already subscribed to him, you should. He does all kinds of really brilliant industrial machine work. And the guy does a lot of my stuff too. Whenever I've asked, he's always been there for me. Over here on the right, well, the opposite right, is the Porsche Boneyard that we visited a few weeks ago. There's a little guy outside hanging out there, sitting on his front porch. He's retired now. He loves his Porsches. And any Porsche that he works on now is strictly his own. He's not in it for the money anymore. I'm waiting for that day that he just wants to start letting a lot of this stuff go in his yard. Just let it go, you know. Take this old 912. It's full of holes and it's got a lot of problems, but $50, take it away. Oh, well, you know, maybe I will take it. Anyway. We're heading on out of here. We're gonna pull out into traffic. Rush hour is just starting to ramp up. So you might get a little bit of exciting New York, New Jersey style driving experiences in a 50 horsepower 1968 Volkswagen Fastback. trying to grab my window crank. This thing just fell off a couple days ago and I haven't bothered to tighten the screw back down on it, but I need to crank this window down a little bit. It's incredibly humid today. In fact, it's downright disgusting. I knew taking the long way through the neighborhood over there to pass the Porsche place was just going to be a damn mistake. Now I'm just sitting here in traffic, lights green up there, and nobody's moving. So the other question people have been asking is, hey Duckman, just where the hell have you been the last couple weeks? You've put up some videos, but not a whole lot. Why haven't you worked on Eleanore? And if you have watched my videos, you know, the few that I have managed to put up, you'll notice that I worked on Ruby during those times, and those are the only breaks that I've had. Ruby, this car that I'm in right now, the 1968 Volkswagen Fastback, had herself a lot of issues, particularly with getting the heads torqued down properly and getting the engine reassembled and painted, and then when I put that back together, then the shifter acted up, and then when I took the shifter apart, it broke the brake lines. And then when I put the brake lines back together, I ended up with an exploded rubber brake line. I mean, just the problems just kept compounding one on top of the next. So, with the little bit of time that I had, it was obviously no time for Eleanore at all. And my work schedule as of late has been absolutely horrendous. But last night, I was off the clock at midnight. Right off the clock at midnight, no more service calls after midnight. And guess what time I got home? This guy is sitting here instead of going around everybody, he's just sitting here. Dumbass. The hell was the point of that? And guess what time I got home? As I said, I would have got punched out at what would have been midnight, and I ended up coming home at 12:01 a.m. when I walked through the threshold of my door. So, I mean, I worked right down to the very last minute yesterday. And I think I had about a good 14, 15, 16 hour run. I made about 7 service tickets that I closed everywhere between here, Panama City, and back. And that's a lot of driving. I mean, it was like some 260, 270 miles of driving. And I still managed to find time, real briefly, to go see the Hellboy movie, and then went right back to work immediately after that. What a friggin' day that was. Wow. There's something else about my driving. I keep my momentum up. And a lot of that has been learned by riding a 50cc moped through the streets and, you know, in the city up in New Jersey. 50cc mopeds have no balls whatsoever, none. They will get up to speed though. I mean, if you get them tuned properly, they'll do 50, 60 miles an hour. And mine was no different. It would do that speed, but it would just take you forever to get there because the engine is just completely gutless. Completely gutless. So if you had any hope of getting up to speed and keeping speed, it just means you have to hit the brakes as little as possible, swerve around objects that are in the way instead of trying to stop for them. So my learned driving experiences is more about keeping up the momentum and keeping the car moving rather than stopping. And it's probably one of the reasons why I get so much better gas mileage than most of my vehicles and other people do. I mean, geez, I get almost 30 miles a gallon on my Nissan 350Z when everybody else is getting 17, 18, 19. Hey, come on, you guys, you know, just keep the car going. You don't have to be so heavy on the throttle. Just keep moving. Don't stop. And once again, we're stopped. Sure, there's a stop sign ahead. There's plenty of opportunity for the dildo all the way up front to go, and I see it. 2, 3, 4 cars could have made it through in the instance that I'm looking at now, and he still hasn't gone yet. One of those people that, you know, the car's got to be a mile down the road for him to even go, oh, finally he's using the road like he's supposed to. There's a little pocket in the median over there that you can slip your car into once you can cross one of the directions of traffic. And he actually decided to use it. And then he sat there, even after the last car passed, and didn't go. Come on, guy. Out of the way. Jesus Christ. Come on, seriously? Driving a car with no power hour and I can still move faster than you, then it means there's something wrong. Something really wrong. Alright, well, we're about halfway to where my mailbox is at, but we're going to experience some more really fun traffic. I take this route because it keeps me off of the main road, where all the traffic usually builds up and backs up, and you avoid a ton of the traffic lights going this route too. The downside is you come across a neighborhood with a bunch of speed bumps, and they just installed twice as many speed bumps, and some of the speed bumps that were there were so small. Here's an example of what I do. This is New Jersey driving here. You get in the lane that's moving, and then when you find an open opportunity, then you slip yourself right on back in here instead of sitting all the way in the back of the traffic. Come on. Maneuvering 101. Anyway, they doubled the speed bumps in that neighborhood, and they ripped up a lot of the speed bumps that were there and made them bigger. And I really do not like driving through there anymore because of that, and that's probably one of the reasons why they did it, was to stop so much traffic from cutting through. Because it avoids, probably about a mile of driving on main roads around. You get a little cut-through area, and I think you avoid probably like 2 traffic lights, 1 or 2 traffic lights, and a schoolyard where they drop the speed limit down at certain hours of the day, which they never did for us when we were kids today, man. So anyway, normally I would go this way where that truck just turned. That's where all the speed bumps are. We're not going to go that way. There's another alternative route that'll still cut you around a lot of the school stuff and still take you around at least one of the traffic lights. It's a little further up, and there's no speed bumps on that road yet. Not yet. There will be, but they're not there yet. This is a 45-mile-an-hour road here. Right now I'm actually doing 45 indicated. I have learned that the speedometer on this way overestimates speed, so it's probably more like 39. You can never get up to speed on this road because nobody ever moves their asses. And once again here, on the brakes. Nobody ever moves. Granted, there was somebody making a left, but once again, you didn't have to stop to make that left. You could have just gone. But he didn't do that. Had to stop. Alright, cut through here. I think one of my video tests one day should get the GPS out and compare the speed on the GPS against the speedometer here and see what kind of consistency we've got. I know like the speedometer on this reads way over, and it's like something like 5 or 6 miles per hour over the actual speed. So every time I think I'm speeding and I'm expecting a cop to pull me over or something, it never happens. But then again, you know, having a classic car, I mean, I can rev my engine really loud. I could probably even get away with doing burnouts and shit. It's an old classic car. Cops want to see, you know, do crazy shit too. Yeah, I've never heard of anybody in a classic car getting messed with. I'd rather go after the soccer moms and the Honda kids doing stupid shit. And I guess you could call that profiling, but hey, if you don't want to be profiled, then drive a classic car, right? Alright, once again, we're sitting. Sitting for no damn reason at all. Sure, I could cut right through that parking lot. It's highly illegal because you're avoiding a traffic device. Doesn't mean I don't think about it, though. I was hearing an unusual rattling coming from the back of the car here. I thought something was wrong. And I'm realizing there's actually a motorcycle behind me. I don't know what kind of bike it is, but it has a really clattery, rattly sound. Maybe it's a Ducati. You know, a clutch that's open to the air. Hate that sound. I don't have any idea why people with the Ducati love that sound of the clutch. Terrible, horrible, rattling sound. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Ducati built some really interesting bikes though, but yeah. Dry clutches are not something I'm a fan of. Alright, nobody's going. This is one of those times it would have just been faster to go with the damn traffic light. Okay, so there's somebody in front that wasn't taking an opportunity to go, and somebody managed to make a left-hand turn coming from the other direction in the time that they could have gone. So if he could have made the left, then that person could have gone straight across, which means the person that was in front of all of us holding us up wasn't doing what they were supposed to be doing. Friggin' idiots. Absolute friggin' idiots. Alright, you guys, I'm getting hot sitting here. Get the hell out of the way. My glasses are even fogging up. The humidity is so high and my air conditioner is powered by motion. That stop sign. Yeah, so it's not so much that Ruby is fast, but just rather that my driving habits are very different than that of other people. I just keep the car going. Just keep right on moving. Try to keep it in the optimal gear. Being that it's an air-cooled Volkswagen, usually you want to put it in a lower gear than you might drive an other car. And the reason for that is you want those engine RPMs, because those engine RPMs are what's responsible for turning your cooling fan. So if you want to keep your engine cool, the engine has to spin. Come on. Oh, jeez. You have to go that slow? Really? This guy driving in the bicycle lane, pointing at people. What's the point of that? I don't know. People here, the way they drive, complete winners. Not going wide. Look at all the space in front of him. Come on, people. I mean, I understand 45 miles an hour is not the speed you have to do. You don't have to go 45 miles an hour. But if you plan on getting anywhere and not obstructing traffic, then you probably should be close to that speed. where I come from, when we get traffic, it'll stop, but it all starts moving at the same time. There's none of this, you wait until you start moving, and by the time you start moving, the light that was green turns red. It's just unheard of where I come from. Here, jeez, sometimes you sit through 2 light cycles or more just to get the people from in front of you out of the way. So yeah, once again, not an angry driver. Not an angry driver. In fact, today I'm feeling a whole lot less angry than I have been, and I think it has a lot to do with the Nissan Juke and the fact of how the air quality inside of that car has been affecting my health and perhaps even my mental stability, which has made me really irritable, perhaps even a little crazy. Even though I thought I was making the right decisions, didn't mean I was reacting the correct way. Alright, everybody's on the brakes. Why? We do have a red light ahead. Okay. Sound like my hubcap was loose. I have to look at the left front hubcap. It sounded a little jingly when I ran over a reflector just now. Yeah, to keep this thing going at speed, you really have to wring its little neck. But Ruby just loves it. I mean, she just squeals with the light. Not gonna make that red light. Sorry, guys. Now we gotta make this left over here. This is tricky sometimes. Yeah, it looks like we're fine. There's nobody coming. Usually you get all friggin' backed up because you get one guy that won't go. Same as always here. Alright, here's my mailbox. And we'll be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. We got an envelope and we got a cardboard box from Amazon. I think I might know what might be in each one of these, but we got somebody coming up behind me. It's alright, I don't have backup lights that work, so I'm going to respect them for not understanding that I was backing up. Sometimes you just got to give people the benefit of the doubt. And the damn window crank fell off again. I need to do something with that. Is so temperamental that when I even shut her off for just a minute, it's like she runs like she's cold again. I never have been able to figure that out. I mean, just leave her off for just a minute, 2 minutes. She starts acting all kinds of weird, just like she's been off all night long. Idling fine though, but just you get on that throttle, she just runs all jumpy, all over the place. Anyways. We're headed back home. See what kind of excitement we get into here. We got some boxes and packages to open when we get there. And then tonight I have a pizza date. I don't know if I'm going to bring the camera with me on the pizza date. But depending upon what she and I get into over the weekend, you may wind up either seeing her on camera or hell, maybe you'll get to meet her. If you happen to be in the same place that we're at. Anyway, she's not my girlfriend, she's just a friend of mine, and we've been spending time together and we just get along. We're in good company, I guess is the best way to put it. We're both a couple of weirdos, so we get weird together. Come on, Dillrod. You're doing like 35 and a 45? Why? nobody in front of you for quite some distance. Get up there. Great. Now we're slowing down. The damn turn lane, it's there, and we missed the damn green light. And everybody who was in the left-hand lane got stuck through 2 cycles of it. That's Pensacola traffic for you right there. That was a really good example of it. I've discovered that with any automobile, if you could put 2 wheels off the speed bump like this, it's a whole lot easier on your ride. You don't have to slow down quite so much. Alright, let's see. It says slow down. It doesn't tell me how fast I'm average. It's 29, and I'm actually doing about 26. Yeah. So speedometer's off by 3. Alright, around the bump again. Just like that. Pick a side of the road, asshole. Around the bump. This one I can't go around. This one I gotta drive over. And it was kind of a big speed bump. And then the last one here, this was barely a speed bump at all. I mean, it was just like a high spot, but it was painted like it was a speed bump. But anyway, they tore it out and they put a bigger one in its place. And it's kind of a real big one, so you gotta slow down over that one for sure. Alright. Around over here. Real fun to jump when I'm on the motorcycle. Usually I hit that one at speed and all my friends that are with me like slow way down. They don't know what to expect. What happened to you guys? Man, that was a massive bump. We had to slow down. I said, well, you could just jump it. Yeah, we saw you do that. It was crazy. Come on, traffic light. What the hell? There we go. The opportunity. Thank you. Guy in the bus was asking me where I got the car. I don't know what the hell he said the first time. He used some weird words or something, but yeah, every time I'm stopped in traffic, somebody's always yelling at me for something. Hey man, tell me about your car. Yeah, that's really cool. You know, thank you, but make sure you speak English so that I can understand what you ask. Nope, not gonna make that one, and he friggin' ran the red light. There's a Beetle over there for sale. Didn't see that before. Maybe I'll have to take a little adventure over there and have a look. Alright, all backed up here again. And this time people are actually compressed together pretty good. There's still some cars I see with some big spaces. You know, 2 car lengths between cars. Come on, people, light's green. All of you can start rolling at the same time. back in here. Can I get through there? Nope. Everybody's tightly enough packed together. Good for a change. Here we go. Driving a damn Jeep, why do you have to slow down to a crawl over the railroad tracks, you idiot? Oh my god, it's like driving off-road, we better stop. I'm not even on the throttle and I'm gaining on these people here. Unbelievable. Out of the way. Okay, if you've been watching Skeeter the Duck, you'll remember that we busted open a couple of packages that came from elsewhere all at the same time. This was the third of the boxes that we picked up on our mail run that was not specifically for Skeeter the Duck, and it might be, but based on the weight of it and what I think might be inside of it, we're going to open it up here on this channel. Alright, mail call, Skeeter, right? Yes, you've been a good girl. You've been such a good girl. You got your birthday presents video we recorded this morning, too. Yeah. What have we got in here? A heavy box and a dirty note. Dirty note says, "Hey, Duckman, enjoy your gift. From Willie." And Willie happens to be Willie Oberman, who has been a fan of ours for quite a while up on YouTube. And he told me he was going to send this, so he actually spoiled a surprise before he even shipped it. And I'm excited for this. This is something that he knew that I needed, and something I was about to get for the next time I was going to do the job. But what these are flare wrenches that you put over a flared brake line or something similar. You see how they actually have six, well, not six, but 5 points to them. The 6th point is actually open. That way you can slide it over the brake line and slide it down over the flare nut and then turn it. So that way it bites more sides of the nut than a standard typical crescent wrench would, which only, of course, holds from 2 sides. This is awesome. Much, much better set for doing brake lines. And looking at this, they are not just metric. I thought it was just going to be strictly a metric set, but no, it's SAE and metric. So thank you very much, Willie. This is fantastic. Now I'm going to have to take Ruby apart again, just to demonstrate the tools and their usefulness, so that way everybody can get to see just how well these things work. And frankly, see, a Fastback Ruby also has standard steel brake lines, and I would like to convert a lot of that stuff over to stainless anyway. Most of the stuff that's steel that's on there actually just replaced a few years ago, but again, I would like to replace it to stainless, and the best way to do it, of course, is with the right wrenches. And these are the correct tools to do the job. So thank you very much, Willie. Really, I appreciate that. And I know Skeeter appreciates it too. That's right. Let me tighten your nuts? Let me tighten your nuts? Oh, you're a girl. You don't have nothing like that. No. Sweet baby. Thank you very much, Willie. I really do appreciate it. Anyways, as always, please like, comment, subscribe, pluck that dingle bell you see down next to the subscribe button. That way you get updates every time that I upload a video. Don't forget to check out DuckmanCycles and VW Garage up on the Facebook group page. Check out duckshit.net that you see up here in the corner of the screen. That way you too can send Skeeter gifts or send something to me if you'd like me to review it. In the case of Willie, he sent me this wonderful set of tools, and these are real Craftsman too, so lifetime guarantee on them. Really, really nice set. If there's anything at all that you'd like to send in for me to review on video, just shoot it right on over. Hit up duckshit.net. You'll find my address up there on the page. The new website is coming. I was hoping to have it up as soon as last weekend, but I ended up just so busy the last few weeks, just so busy. But you saw me talk about that earlier in this video, but we should be back. Today is actually a much better day for me to do stuff, so I'm going to try to get some stuff done on Eleanore, because I don't think I've touched her in over 2 weeks. It's been quite a while. So anyways, thanks as always, really do appreciate it. Skeeter thanks you, right Skeeter? Thanks again to Willie, and we'll be seeing you guys soon. Really appreciate it. Take care.